Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our annual Best Intranet Awards. It's an exciting time of the year. Before we get started, just some housekeeping items. We are actually recording the session today. So if you want to take a look at it later, especially if you are somebody joining who submitted and might be a winner, I'm sure you will want to share the glory. So we will follow up in the next few days with a recording link. And the webinar today will be about 45 minutes. So just to expect kind of like how long we're going here today. All righty, let's dive in. First of all, we want to start by just saying a really big heartfelt thank you to each and every one of our customers and everybody who submitted. We love you all. We're not just saying that, we do. We received a record number of submissions this year. We've been doing the Best Intern Awards for I want to say since 2012, a long time. And this year, honestly, was a record. We got so many submissions. The quality was incredible. I'm not lying when I say that choosing the winners was stressful. It was very stressful and challenging because we just loved all the stories that were submitted and loved seeing internet teams around the world doing such a great job. And we really enjoyed looking at that, looking at you guys overcoming challenges at your organizations, using ThoughtFarmer, using your intranet, and talking about all the great results. So thank you, and we love you. If you haven't joined us on the ThoughtFarmer customer community, we really recommend that you do. It's a place where we share all sorts of stuff with you guys, with our customers, from in-depth resources on how to like achieve really great results with your internet. There's a ton of actionable content on there, like guides, checklists, recommendations, templates. So really, really useful for anybody managing an intranet. And we also, of course, use it as a place where we announce anything new for ThoughtFarmer, new functionality, changes, enhancements. So the link is up on the screen. If you haven't yet, join us over there. There is when you land on the page, you'll see an option to request an account if you haven't yet. All right. So let's dive into our submissions. Let's take a look at all the incredible companies that have submitted to the Best Intranet Awards this year. Here's some logos. Like I said, we had a record amount of submissions. We had 53 submissions that we received across our 4 categories from these companies. Thanks again to anybody who has submitted. It's really clear that each and every one of you put so much effort into your submissions. And obviously, we wouldn't be able to do this without you. So amazing. Great to see all of these logos. We had, across all of the companies who submitted, there were over 34,000 users represented across all of your companies, which that's a big crowd. That is a big crowd. That's like, I don't know, like a stadium, right? Like, so it's really just so humbling and heartwarming for us to know that, your intranets and ThoughtFarmer are helping all of these people's work days and work lives better. So we'd love to see that number. But let's take a look at who won. This is why we're all here. Let's cut the chase and look at our finalists and winners for each of these 4 categories. We, like I said, we've been doing this for years, but this year around, we refreshed our award categories a little bit from the past. So we have engagement as a category, internet transformation. We have impact and design. Impact and design have been categories in the past. So engagement and transformation are new this year. And we're going to start with the engagement awards. And again, for each of these categories, we're going to show you not every submission because unfortunately we don't have time for that here, but we're going to show you the final 3 finalists and then the winner in the category. Now, the engagement award, it goes to the internet that has had the best demonstration of employee engagement, right? We're looking for intranets that have that are really really well used, that encourage participation from their staff, where a lot of conversation is happening, and repeat use. So staff who come back again and again to use the intranet during their day. So in this one, we actually there's 4 finalists in this category because we had a tie for third place. So let's meet our finalists. The first one is Prosperity Credit Union. Their intranet is called Sprout. It's a little cute guy or girl that you see up there on the screen. And Sprout really brings together company news at Prosperity Credit Union, a lot of tools for staff, and there's a ton of employee-driven spaces on Sprout. Things like, a place to do shout outs, like the hauler a widget that you see here on the screen, events, discussion forums. It's for them, it became the go-to resource and really a place for people to actively participate. They've actually seen at Prosperity, they've seen increased content engagement by 250% since the first month that they launched Sprout, that's an incredible number of engagement increase. So that is Prosperity Credit Union. Next up, we have New York State Department of Labor. Their intranet is called Dolly. Obviously, a wink there to DOL, Department of Labor. And what really stands out for this intranet is how NYS DOL have really involved their leadership in the internet, or I should say leadership has really taken an active stance in using the internet to engage with staff. And that we all know, like leadership buy-in, setting the example, it really drives engagement. And for them, it's driven a huge spike in comments. And in, people having conversations on Dolly. In fact, from 2024 to 2025, they have increased their likes on Dolly by 90% and their comments by 63% is what the team shared, which is a hugely successful metric. So that's Dolly. And then thirdly, we have Rick Hub, Rick Engineering. And Rick Hub is the name of their intranet. Now, one of the highlights of their story is that they have scaled their engagement on Rick Hub by actually involving over 50 employee champions and contributors on Rick Hub. So they have a really large team of people advocating and championing Rick Hub within the organization. The team shared that 80% of their employees are actively engaged on Rick Hub through gamification. You can see on the screen there, they have sort of like different levels of players or contributors on Rick Hub. And so that has really worked super well for them in terms of engaging staff. 86% of staff being actively engaged that's a really high number. So that's Rick Hub. And then last but not least, ACCA and their intranet Arthur. ACCA has done an incredible job of driving engagement on Arthur through people's stories. So really creating really genuine interactions, connections among staff on Arthur. Their ACCA's workforce is really global. They are all over the world and they have thousands of employees. So for them, this has been a really good tool and site for them to really connect their staff who's spread out all over the world. And the scale, honestly, is impressive. The team mentioned that they have that each employee has averages about 500 views on Arthur, and per visit, they usually go through, on average, 50 interactions, which is really high repeat engagement. So those are our 4 finalists in the engagement category. And let's take a look to see how we stack up. There was a tie for third place, so we're gonna look at that next. Drum roll indeed. And sharing third place are ACCA and New York State Department of Labor. It was an honest to God tie. Our judges were completely mirroring on both of those really great examples of intranet. So congratulations to you both. Really amazing work. In second place, we have, drum roll again, a Prosperity Credit Union with Sprout. And of course, that means that first place goes to Rick. That's right. Rick is the winner in the engagement category, and we're going to take a little bit of a deeper dive into their engagement submission. In this screenshot, you can see their homepage, and more specifically, their homepage news feed. They have an incredible 42 separate news feeds feeding into their homepage news feed. So 42 different news sources from all across the internet, which is, I think that's the highest number I've ever heard. They are really, really spending a lot of dedication curating news and announcements on RigHub. One of the highlights of Rig's entry is how they use the RigHub, their internet, to share upcoming events. So this is the one you're seeing here is an event. I was joking with the team yesterday, like, we should do a chili cook-off at ThoughtFarmer. Like, honestly, I'm here for it. Let's do it this summer. So this is just an event placeholder they have on RigHub where people can kind of like RSVP to their chili cook-off. And one of the team members shared, I'm just going to read the quote because we thought it was really awesome. They said, sharing local events with all of the other offices on the hub is a perfect example of how we use the platform to honor people, keep everyone connected, giving us the feeling that we are all under one roof, all under one virtual RigHub roof, right? Like that is such a great achievement of and a testament to how an internet can really provide that connection in organizations and between people. Their intern team also created this really people-centric. They created this Good News Friday forum, and it's another place where stories are posted, but this is really coming from staff, right? All staff members are encouraged to share wins in this feed, whether that is wins from their personal life or their professional lives. And the Rig team described this as a fan favorite on RigHub across the team. It really is sparking a lot of feel-good conversations among coworkers. So you can see the feed here on the left and on the right, there's an example post celebrating somebody's appointment to the Parks and Recs Commission in La Mesa. And then just lastly here, Rick, they also really, they are heavy users of polls on ThoughtFarmer. You can see an example here. They distribute polls throughout the entire internet to, again, like create those little moments of engagement and participation from the team. And they switch out the polls on a monthly or bi-monthly basis just to keep things fresh. The example that you're seeing here actually is so the two examples on the left are examples of how the team uses the polls in ThoughtFarmer to encourage staff to vote for their annual Deck the Halls contest around the holiday season. I think I know Jennifer is on the call here. I think it's their second or third annual, at least on RigHub, Deck the Halls competition, and it is amazing. Like here at ThoughtFarmer, we actually look forward to it. We have different teams at Rig who are all encouraged to decorate their workspace in some holiday themed decoration, and then people get to vote on who is the winner in different categories such as traditional holiday themes, but also individual unique, like the Christmas Fiesta or Snoopy's Nordic Adventure. I personally love that one. So huge congrats to Rig Engineering on their win in the engagement category. Really, really well deserved. Alrighty, so let's move on to our second category, which is the Transformation Award. And this goes to the internet that shows the best transformation, as the word says. We're looking in this category for intranets that have undergone a significant makeover or transformation, intranets that are really meaningfully better than they were before. So it's all about progress and learning in this category. And let's take a look at our finalists one by one. The first one here is MTE Consultants. Their intranet is called Bruce. And we really love the name Bruce for their intranet. It actually comes from their founder, Bruce Scheifele. He has since passed away and is no longer with the organization, of course. But the naming the intranet Bruce was a way for the team to kind of honor their founder and the values that he stood for when he founded the company. In terms of transformation, MTE shifted from a completely email-driven culture, where all communications and announcements happen through email, to a single centralized hub, Bruce. So that was a big transformation for their staff. Like, they really transformed their employee behavior. So people now actually go to the internet and stay informed. I've heard Lori at MTE say, like, oh yeah, we just hear people in the hallway say, like, oh, did you check Bruce for that? Go check Bruce. It's really, their staff have really embraced Bruce extremely warmly. The team shared their search usage has nearly tripled in a year, and their total views on Bruce jumped from 52,000 to over 80,000 in 1 year, right? So both of those numbers really show incredible adoption and sustainable adoption. So that is Bruce, an MTE submission. Next up is DidLake with their intranet StarNet. And DidLake very recently transformed their intranet, their ThoughtFarmer intranet, from a simple, more task-based experience, making sort of like everyday tools like time and pay information accessible in their new and revamped intranet in just one click. So the kind of things that the tools that they need every single day. And that was a big change for StarNet. Now, the revamped StarNet only launched in December of 2025, so just a few months ago, but the team shared that they've already seen a really big decrease in sort of all staff emails that are being sent, obviously proving that StarNet is taking over and kind of like doing that job now, which is one of their goals with this redesign of their intranet. So that's really great to see. And they have increased their content views by 14% since they did all of that transformation work a few months ago. So that's a really great stat to see, and a real testament to how hard the team worked there. All right. Lastly, in this category, we have Northwest Regional Education Service District. That's a mouthful. Their intranet is called The Nest. We have also a beautiful little hummingbird here who is their intranet's mascot. Love it. So what we love with this intranet, with The Nest, is the team at Northwest Regional really redesigned their intranet around creating a sense of belonging and community. They used designed really rich staff profiles on the Nest. They introduced community spaces, just really working hard to make staff feel connected with each other. And those efforts produced amazing results. Their homepage views compared to their previous intranet, so jumped from 6,400 views on the old intranet to over 61,000, which is incredible, tenfold the views that they had before. So those are our three contenders in the transformation category. So let's start looking at our second runner-up. In third place, we have DidLake. Congratulations to the DidLake team. It was such a joy, honestly, to work with your team as a long-term ThoughtFarmer customer, going through that project with you guys, really optimizing and breathing new life into StarNet. I think you guys did an amazing job. So congratulations to the DidLake team. In second place, we have MTE Consultants and Bruce Scheifele. Bruce is such I just love looking at Bruce, the intranet. It is so well designed, so thoughtfully designed. The theming that you guys have done is amazing, and just those transformation statistics that you guys shared are a real testament to the amazing work you guys did. For everybody on the call here today, I should mention Lori, who is leading the Intranet team at Bruce. She's actually participated in another webinar that we've done recently, also around engagement and adoption, where she really dives deep into all the amazing work and results that Bruce has produced. It's on the community side, it's on our YouTube channel. If you want to learn more about Bruce, and I know you do, definitely recommend checking that out to see all the great things they've been doing. And our winner, of course, is therefore the Nest and Northwest Regional. Big congrats to the team. We absolutely love the attention to culture and accessibility and belonging that you guys have focused on, and that makes the Nest really feel such a personal and welcoming space for everyone. Really, we think that the team, the Nest looks like it's just an example of what thoughtful transformation can look like. If we look at the numbers, of course, they've had some really impressive results. I mentioned there earlier, the homepage views gone from 6,400 to 61 on the Nest. That is numbers within one single month, guys. So that is huge. They also now have 50 trained content editors on the Nest. So 50 people who work on regularly contributing, making sure that the internet content is always accurate and up to date. And their staff really love using the shout outs on the Nest as well to share the love, to publicly recognize each other. In fact, they've made 617 shout outs since last July, so over the last 6 months. So people are really loving that. So let's do a little throwback to what was before the Nest. This is trip down memory lane. This is what the Intranet at Northwest Regional looked like before the Nest, right? So we can all say here that they've come a really long way. Amazing before and after here. So great job by the Northwest Regional team. I just wanted to show this page here as well before we move on. It's on the Nest. People can really access all the information they need, right? It's like, for example, this is sort of like an event resource, the event program that you see in the screenshot. All the information is there at everyone's fingertips. So people flock to the Nest, if you will. So amazing work, team. Really big congratulations to the whole team there at Northwest Regional. Well deserved. All right, moving on to our Impact Award. And the Impact Award goes to intranets that have made a really measurable difference within the organization that they represent. We're talking about solving real business problems, solving cultural challenges, and delivering results that are measurable. So in this category, let's take a look at our finalists. And we're going to start with Duca Credit Union. And believe it or not, we have another Nest here. Duca's intranet is also called the Nest. They also have a bird. You can see him there on the right. That's the mascot for the Nest on Duca's site. And Duca have they have really built a true single source of truth for their frontline staff. So of course, Duca is a credit union, so their member service reps are, always working with customers, and they need access to fast, reliable information when they are working in real time with serving their members. To give you an idea, on the Nest, 7 out of the top 10 most viewed pages are used by frontline staff. So they are really seeing incredibly strong adoption where it matters, where they wanted to make that difference. And yes, this page layout is amazing, Nikki. The team put, this is all done, I believe, it's just our rich text editor and some crafty HTML. There we go, Ben. Yeah, we use this as an example so often when we work with other customers to kind of show what's possible when you dive into the source mode. So yes, very strong adoption where it matters for Duca. Our second finalist is Western State Bank, also in the financial space. Their intranet is called The Vault. And what really stands out with Western Bank's submission is how the team connected employees across different locations. So they obviously have branches that are spread out, and they really wanted to unify people across those locations. So they used profiles, directories, set up specific department hubs, really to improve collaboration in their organization. And as a testament to that, like their internal communication scores that they measure within the organization jumped from 6.3 to 7.3 after launching the vault, which according to Sarah, who submitted, is the highest level that they've ever recorded at Western State Bank. So that number alone shows incredible impact at the company. And then thirdly, IHC Intranet representing Oceania. IHC is based in Wellington, New Zealand. And IHC they've really personalized their internet experience. They created 4 different tailored homepages so that each part of the organization, when they log on to the IHC Intranet, they right away see what is the most relevant to them, right? So things like the quick links change on the homepage depending on where you work, news, all of those great personalizations, making sure that people see exactly what they need right from the first time they log on. They reported an engagement jump of 71% increase in likes after doing that transformation work on IHC Intranet, which is huge. 71% increase. I personally, my favorite color is pink, so I always have a soft spot for IHC Intranet. The colors, the theme, it pops so much. I love it. So thank you for sharing all your hard work, IHC. We really do love it. Alrighty, so let's take a look at our finalists and winners in the impact category. And in third place, we have IHC Intranet, longtime customer, doing an amazing continuous work on your intranet. It's just a joy to see, and hearing those stats and the impact that IHC Intranet continues to have in the organization is just absolutely lovely. In second place, we have The Nest, Duca. Amazing work. You can see it's screenshot of their homepage here. They are just continuing all the great work to continue that, serving their member service reps and making sure that they have what they need to do their daily job, which is worth everything, especially for a frontline organization like them. Congrats, Duca, on second place. And that, of course, means that our winner is Western State Bank. Yay, congrats, guys. Congrats on your big win. You guys did an incredible job. And yes, before I go here, we do have a webinar dedicated to Duca as well, so go check that out. Western State Bank, honestly, what stood out to our team is how you guys used data to really uncover some key business challenges. And then you addressed each challenge through the way that you set up your intranet, right? So the full details will be on the community site later on as well. But for now, let's take a closer look at the Western State Bank intranet, the vault. And so one thing again that you can see, much like IHC, Western State Bank have unique custom homepages based on the department. So what you can see here is an example. What does a homepage look like for the risk management team, right? So you can see there's dedicated quick links and launch pads for that specific department. So really the team has tailored the intranet homepage for different teams and different use cases. They also have done an absolutely excellent job in organizing and surfacing key information so staff can find answers really quickly, really efficiently, again, for that frontline scenario that obviously also is the case at Western State Bank. We love the design. What you're seeing here, just the design of this quick reference guide is really well done. The icons make the topics easier to find. It looks really sharp. The grid navigation layout just works really, really well. And we can see it here again on the commercial loans page as well. And this is a great example of a tailored department group page, right? And what makes them really great is that Western State Bank actually involved their department leaders while they were working on the Vault implementation. So the actual leaders of the departments helped shape the design of these spaces on the internet, and that way, of course, make sure that by the way that they were designed, they really were solving some challenges operationally. And we really love this approach. It's a great way to also, even before you launch your intranet, setting it up for success and getting buy-in from different areas in your organization as well. So involving people early is always something we recommend. So this page that you're seeing here for commercial loans, it includes access to event information, guides, discussion forums, department resources, right? It's genuinely a true departmental information hub. So yeah, amazing stuff here. And Western State Bank is also a big user of discussion forum. We always love to see our forums feature used for collaboration, for team collaboration. One mention in their submission that stood out is how they're using online discussion forums to support their training programs at Western State Bank. So they do classroom training for staff on different topics. And then the training program actually uses group forums on the intranet so that employees after the classroom session, they can continue to, have discussions about the course material, ask the instructor questions, share insights, right? So we thought that was a really cool use case. And shout outs. I mean, we're partial to shout out features at ThoughtFarmer. We are heavy users of it ourselves, but we really love it when our customers when they encourage the use of this in their organizations. It's a great way to get staff interacting on your intranet, fostering adoption, and it's just only good vibes, right? Western State Bank, they have added both. They actually have two levels of shout outs on the vault. They have a bank wide one on the homepage, just company wide, but then they also have shout out sections within their specific location or branch areas on the internet, so that they encourage recognition at different levels in the organization, which we think was really cool. So yes, amazing work, Western Bank. Your intranet, the vault, is incredible. Thank you again for submitting. And that brings us, of course, to our last category, the Design Award. Always a fun one to end on. And of course, the Design Award, it really celebrates intranets that excel in visual design, right? The look and feel of the intranet. This category focuses on, how branding and layout on the internet can really create a cohesive experience for your staff. So let's look at some really pretty intranets, and we'll start with New York State Office of Cannabis Management, OCM for short, our second New York State agency representing in the awards today. Their intranet is called Stash. You're going to see a lot of puns on this intranet, which we love it. We've just been loving all of that. But so their intranet is called Stash, and their mascot, the green leafy guy, is called Sprout. And the entire brand here, including the name Stash and the mascot, was created by employees. So the OCM team involved their entire staff in choosing the name for the intranet, choosing the name for the mascot, right? So really, even before Stash launched, they had a lot of buzz internally. They had over 80 staff members 80 submissions from staff to name the intranet. So there was really strong early buy-in. The second contender is Winnipeg Airport Authority. Their intranet's called the Flight Deck, of course, as an airport authority organization. And we just love their internet mascot is called Stevie. We got another bird here. Stevie is actually named after Stevenson Field, which for Winnipeg, it was the site of the original municipal airport. And that name got its name from an Manitoban aviation pioneer who was called Captain Fred Stevenson. So Stevie's a nod to that early pioneer there in Winnipeg. And we just love how the flight deck and Stevie, how the team has like used humor and personality throughout the internet, and they're constantly evolving that as well. Like Stevie, you can see that there on the right. Stevie is just he's adorable. He does all sorts of stuff. He has different outfits depending on the season. He's doing different activities. He has a mini bird, maybe his nephew that he takes to go plane watching, right? Is just absolutely adorable and really engaging on the site. You can see there as well the hangar, which is their community focus section, is has Stevie and the mascot all over it as well. They update all of their visuals on the regular, and not just the logos on the site, but they have seasonal themes. You can see currently on the flight deck, Stevie is in spring mode, right? He's a little daisy there, but come Halloween or the holidays, the team is constantly updating the look and feel of their intranet. So really great to see. And then thirdly, we have Harris County Department of Education. Their intranet is called The Portal. We got a strong space theme going on there. The Harris County, of course, is based in Houston, which is not surprising that we got the space theme there. I think we're all a little space and moon crazy the last few weeks, so this was particularly great to see. And they have on the portal created a distinct sub brand with, of course, the space theme, but then their mascot, which you can see on the right, is Uni the unicorn, their internet mascot. Welcome to the universe. You will see I don't know if it's here in this screenshot, but there's a lot of uni puns on the portal as well. So the internet for them really feels like its own destination. It's not the Harris County brand, it's its own brand and design. So it feels not just like another government tool, it feels like a place to come home at work. And they shared they have had over 540,000 page views in 1 year. So they've seen really strong sustained usage across the organization. So those are our three finalists. And yes, in this screenshot of the portal on the right, I just want to highlight it because Uni is there in this grid nav layout in different incarnations. You can see the united in gratitude. So yeah, a lot of uni puns on the portal. We really love to see it. But let's head to our winners. In third place in the design category, we have Stevie, Winnipeg's Airport Authority. Congrats, Lena, if you're on the call. Such great work that you continue to do with the flight deck and with Stevie. And your passion and hard work just shines through every time we visit the flight deck. So really well done. In second place, we have the portal. I'm just obsessed with the unicorn. So Harris County Department of Education and their portal. Oliver, who is the main internet owner there at HCDE, Uni is his brainchild, and I know he's done an incredible job creating that theme and brand. So really, really well done. And that, of course, means we have a winner in NYS OCM, the Office of Cannabis Management and Stash, their intranet. Just look at the homepage. Like, it's just stunning, right? Like right off the bat, you can see that the color palette and the design are really, really cohesive. The brand and the way that they have done the layout makes it really easy to navigate the homepage. And aside from the homepage, the OCM team has really been super intentional about consistency, right? So not just the homepage, but every section of the internet, every page follows a clear, predictable layout. So you will see this reflected through some of the screenshots that we're going to dive into. Um, this one here is their high vibes. Again, much like the portal, you're going to see some puns on the stash, right? Like their community area is called High Vibes. We just love it. So they have some, of course, the incredible design, but we also have to mention how they have this fun, creative copywriting throughout the internet. um the theme is on point throughout, like the high vibes here, but they also have, as you can see in the navigation here, their people directory is called our buds. What's not How adorable is that? Right? So and here we can see their high vibes area. So it's their, like I said, their community, their social section. It's really well designed, right? You have key pages in the center in the grid navigation that you see here, but they've also added a simple form on the left, that actually encourages people to send feedback about different areas of the internet that go directly to the internet team. Um, and the attention to detail on Stash is really fantastic. So on this section page, you can see that the grid navigation here is designed visually so well, right? Like each section here has an on-brand thumbnail with an icon that's in a similar style for all of the tabs here. It makes it really easy for staff to scan a section like this and find what they're looking for. And aside from that, we also love that they have every page has really carefully curated custom resources in the right hand, in that sidebar there. And so that is different for different sections of the intranet and has been really thoughtfully designed by the intranet implementation team. So here's an example of OCM's special project unit page. The special project unit, or the SBU as they call it, that's the Stash admin team. So the internet team, they monitor the site daily. They review all new pages to make sure that the design consistency is remains as awesome as it is today. And I really, it's blurred out here obviously because of privacy reasons, but the unofficial titles of some of the team members, like Vibe Manager, I want to go and add that to my LinkedIn right now. How awesome is that? Just like a really great sense of humor throughout how they design their internet, and yeah, a lot of the copywriting on the side. So incredible job by the OCM team. Really big congrats. We loved and we love Stash and Sprout. Sprout McScout forever. So that concludes our run through of the awards for this year. So in case you're wondering what the winners will receive, so all of these prizes, so each of the 4 category winners is going to receive a beautiful custom trophy that will be shipped in a couple of weeks. We're still in production for that. You'll get a $250 gift cards to take your team for lunch and celebrate all the hard work that you guys are doing. And lastly, we also are giving out a $1,000 credit in our card marketplace. So each of the winners, you will then be able to purchase some additional special features from our marketplace. For those of you who don't know, we have the marketplace on the community side. It's a collection of custom widgets or custom cards that are up for sale. And we'll also be providing an exclusive Intranet Awards winner graphic to showcase, if you want to showcase your achievement on LinkedIn or on social or on your own intranet. And all of our finalists actually will receive these graphics. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, what's next? So yes, winners will be in touch. We'll send you emails to follow up with more information on the prizes, the branded images and badges that you can share on your intranet. We actually are also in this moment sharing or publishing our. We obviously waited for this moment to publish it because we didn't want any spoilers, but we have a blog post on our website right this minute. Jess has just linked it in the chat with more details about all of our award winners. If you are a winner and finalist, you can go there now and share it with your network to celebrate your achievements. Um, and that concludes our presentation. I just want to say again, thank you everyone for attending, but really big shout out to everybody who submitted. Honestly, this is going to sound mushy, but you are all winners in our mind. Absolutely, truly. It was really tough for us to pick us judges to pick the short list, the finalists, the winners. We are so grateful to each and every one of you, each and every one of our customers who have built really just such thriving communities with your intranets in your organizations. And on our end, with Thought Farmers, our mission here at Thought Farmers is to make work better. And we see that in the work that you do every single day. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We'll also email you all a link to this video recording within the next day. So if you wish to share it with colleagues, you can do that. Do check out the blog post that Jess just linked. It has, of course, details about the winners, but we're also working on a new ebook, a long form content piece in the coming weeks where we'll be showcasing all of the winners in more detail, but also other great submissions that we unfortunately didn't have time to cover today. As always, if you have any questions, reach out to us. We always love to hear from you. That concludes it for today here in Vancouver. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. And we look forward to Best Interest 2027. Stay tuned.